What's next?
Da, bine, v-am găsit un
Armageddon has
episod de Marvel
already happened.
Renaissance.
What's next is hell on. The barrier has been breached. Expect world to
Ultima oară v-am
fall, city
arătat
by
costumul
city,
nou, așa
nation
că
by
I'm
nation.
not
voi să vă
ready to
arătați
give up,
butonul de like
and
și
neither should
subscribe.
you.
It's not
Ca să
just losing
continuăm
the
grijare.
sanctum that hurts us. It's also Banner.
We'll handle him, as long as he doesn't become the Hulk.
It's his mind that I'm most worried about. That rift charge is just the start of the awful things he could conceive of. He is Lilith's most powerful weapon now.
Then you know what we need to fight back with, right?
We tried. Blaze is being impossible unless he gives us the parchment.
Shh. Voices carry. Let us lower ours.
Today's not the day to sleep in, Hunter.
Sau cine știe, și v-am mai arătat și... cum zice, am eliberat zona aia Venom, cred, am făcut multe chestii. Să facem cine zice joc mai întâi.
Getting reports of zombies in the sewers.
Vampires in Manhattan? More vampires in
Și
Manhattan.
ca să vă fac context, toată aia asta întinsă lui Venom. Și a întins Venom cu toată harta, planeta, toate chestiile
Sorry,
aia
Cap.
lui.
I don't think these are just rumors. The old Spidey sense has been on double red alert since...
We lost the sanctum? Perhaps now you understand why I was so adamant we save it. Think of the sanctum as our world's supernatural ozone layer. When it breaks down, or explodes,
Holes open up. Only in this case, instead of a nasty sunburn, you get demons. Lots of demons.
And his children basked in his light as the temple of the false gods fell.
Oh, what album is that from?
The prophecy. The dark god Cthon readies his return.
Well, does the dark god Cthon own a dude ranch in the southwest? Because there's a whole lot of something going on out there.
Should, probably tell them.
About?
The carnival. Johnny Blaze and the Quentin Carnival.
No way.
Who exactly is Johnny Blaze?
Sort of a jerk. Legend. Famous stunt rider, fellow spirit of vengeance.
And keeper of the parchment of power.
The final page of the Darkhold. The missing piece my mother needs to complete the prophecy and free Cthon.
When were you gonna tell the rest of us this?
Welcome to our world.
the entire point of a secret guardian is to remain secret.
Yeah? From the look of things, I'd say your little secret is out.
With the barrier gone, our enemies must have been able to detect the page's foul presence. Lord knows what wretched evil Lilith sent to retrieve it.
Uai, și vreau să vă țin acum o chestie să vă zic, e că nu e neapărat Venom 100%, este da, aici am terminat? Nu mai avem aici, ok. E creatura aia verde de care ne-am mai luptat noi cu ea. Așa o să refac eu camera. Așa ce, da, mai întâi să salvez și eu pot? Pot să salvez, pot. Să am o salvare în caz de ceva, că... Știi ce zic? Să vedem, conversații ceva avem? Nu, că tocmai ce am avut cu ei acum, nu? Nu, n-avem. Hai să salvăm și noi totuși. Hai, hai să salvez, da? Save. Peste manual save o să salvez. Bun, ca să avem salvare, că nu se știe. Hai să facem story-ul, să vedem ce se întâmplă. Ce s-a întâmplat acolo. Pe jale. Se întâmplă multe chestii importante și na.
Lilith has focused all her efforts on the carnival.
Nu putem lăsa așa de izberiște.
Blaze has kept the parchment of power safe so far, but he won't withstand a full-on assault from Lilith.
Îți va spart. Pâini! Creativ, ciudate.
This ain't about the money anymore.
Wow!
You
Bătrânelul. Dacă nu mai știu de la începutul jocului. Să rămână, vrei?
Oh, crap. That's just cheating.
Surrender the page, please.
Nice meat suit, lady.
Surrender, or be destroyed.
Toate nici pe noi.
Dug up Junior, too.
Child.
Copii,
Struck a nerve, huh? Then you're gonna love this. Heard you were dead, Johnny. That was the idea. I'd ask what you were doing here, but I just pumped a few rounds in his chest.
The legendary Johnny Blaze. I have heard much
Hear that? This is your fault. Play with Mama all you want. I've got people to save.
Ui.
Mama. Long story.
Da, o poveste lungă.
We'll just have to hope
Ne batem
Blaze
cu
can handle
mami.
the escape on his own. You've got a big problem of your own to deal with now. They call that consent. Those altars are something going to make things a lot harder unless you destroy them too.
Take out the big
Wow,
lady
yeah.
in a rock clutch. Got it.
O să fac numărul.
Not lost interest.
And just because Lilith decided
Okay.
to come through this one, don't feel the need to show it any mercy.
Mă ating și pe mami. Bun.
Whatever gets the job done.
A moment.
Watch closely.
Ok. Da, hai să vedem ce se întâmplă, că nu am ce să... De fapt aveam de luat la ce care și am mai lor de câini. Nu! Mai vreau...
Fresh meat coming in.
Da, știu.
The end begins.
Certainly made them enthusiastic.
Lady Gaga. Ma. Ce tu... Au, protejează. Am înțeles de...
They seem
Mamă,
committed
dar
to
o să
their
fiu...
plan.
Mamă, ce băia creaturile astea.
Destroying those altars may be the fastest way to bring her down.
Assuming we can get past that guardian.
Not decent.
Ok, am terminat cu protejatul.
Come get it.
E schimbul.
Hope you're ready.
Trifling creature.
Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Let me show you. Let's try this.
Ok. Zampi. Stai un pic. Stai un pic. Ah. Cam atât, n-are ce să mai fac. Ugh.
It appears they've bolstered their forces.
Bun, și-am mai chemat o jabră. Am înțeles. Și ăsta iar o protejează, s-a dat picioarele în el. La bolovan. Ok. O să fie o luptă grea asta. Garantez.
Seems they haven't changed their minds.
Any operating destroy should tend to turn on shrines to Lilith that manipulate the battlefield.
I never knew my mother was so vain.
I assume that comes with the territory when you have a cult following to maintain.
Da, e ea.
This won't end.
Și acum e ea.
You will pay the greatest price.
By the will of the old god.
I will make you regret that.
Apparently our reputation isn't enough to scare off these children of Lilith.
We can't afford to give
Da,
up
nu e
now.
nicio urmărin.
He may be ugly and stupid, but he's dangerous.
Trebuie pe toate.
Now, it's my turn. That could have been a lot worse.
Lilith won't be happy to see her favorite one fall so
Jesus. Am reușit. Jesus.
You cannot resist, child. The prophecy will be fulfilled.
Maybe so. But not today.
E bună și ideea asta.
Let's hope not.
Not so tough without that little pop gun.
O, mai avem pe ăsta. Salută pe tatai.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Not as much as me.
Ioi.
Somehow,
Mamă.
you get uglier every time I
Ei.
hang you.
Ai.
Get smaller. Grunt. Stop fussing over me, you idiots. After them.
Da, dar chiar are dreptate.
No escape this time, Creed.
Mamă, ne bate aici cu ăsta. Hai, ăsta trebuie să fie rapid, zic eu. Mamă, are și ăsta scud din ăla, bă. Să-mi bată ceva în el.
Too bad she couldn't do something about that face.
Păi fii atent, îi dau o bucată.
But let's see how
Stai, ăsta e? Ăsta e el.
spill your guts.
Îi dau o de-asta. Asta e prea bună abilitatea asta. Capit ăsta. Cum îl cheamă bă pe ăsta? Doctor Strange. Ai, ai. Auci.
Pins here.
Bun. Schimbă n-ai abilitatea asta. Trebuie să o schimb cu ceva, că nu-mi place. Decât îl ține și cam atât. Nu prea face mare lucru. Scapă de câinele ăsta. Îți drăzgut. Mă prea câine, dar nu ăștia. Bun.
If I can't heal her, she'll do it for me.
O să... A, nu pot. Nu ies, pe ce am dat? Păi, dăm coace. Nu, tine. Dar asta.
It won't be that easy anymore.
Hai să vedem ce face. Dar el mă atacă câinii. Doamne, ferească Dumnezeu. Îți mor.
One of our own is suffering. I
Okay.
haven't lost their interest yet.
You're gonna pay for what you've done here. I'm gonna make sure of that.
Small man talks a big game.
Follow my
Like, what?
You think that's gonna get me?
Die, they die.
O mai are o rundă?
Let's try
this.
That must have taken practice.
Watch and learn, my friends.
Ok, cum are undă asta? Da, sau e că nu mai există?
Looks like I'm all by my lunch. Look at me now.
You should have seen their faces. Carnival. I could have almost tasted their fear right before they died.
You'd be doing me a personal favor if you could shut it permanently.
Au.
Where's the lady?
Mi mi-a dat experiență, dar n-am să folosesc. Eu sunt mort. Să moară și ăsta, sărac.
Maybe we underestimated him.
Hai de capul meu.
You were never
No,
strong enough
boss.
to face me.
He's down, but not out yet.
I will not fall for the same ruse twice.
Thought as much.
Oh, nice.
You're welcome.
Enough of this.
Easy, kid. These were his
Iartă, ce
people.
bom. O pizza. Oh. Ăsta e dragul. Parte distracție. Yo.
We did what we could, Blaze.
That's what folks with bloody hands always say.
If we do not stop the Midnight Sun, the entire world will get far bloodier.
Not my problem anymore. Forget the damn prophecy. I know I sure as hell am.
Aren't you gonna follow him?
Nah, he may not have been listening. But I am. Keep
Mamă, trebuie să
talking.
rezolvăm asta. Mai bine. Așa, cu ce?
What happened at that carnival was a tragedy.
One that could have been avoided.
If you did not keep so many
Oh,
secrets.
well, what is this, a duet? Since when did you two get so chummy?
Don't change the subject.
The spirits of vengeance have always been the secret guardians of the parchment of power.
Guardians? Blaze is probably using the page as toilet paper right now.
I met the guy. You're giving him too much credit.
We did what we had to do. That secret kept the page out of our enemies' hands for centuries.
At what cost?
You cannot win this war with secrets.
Magic is right. If we're going to stop Lilith from causing any more massacres, we need to come clean with each other, now.
There is nothing else, Captain.
I wish I could believe you.
So do I.
Then I don't see a point in continuing this conversation.
This is grade A bull.
Da, ce să zic?
Is Steve Rogers?
Distracție mare. Să băgați mie un somnic mai... A, nu pot. Aoleu, trebuie să mă duc să vorbesc cu Wolverine. Ia, hai să vedem ce zice. Aici, ia uite.
You know, it's kind of rude to walk around in here and not give me so much as a hello.
Ia zi, bro.
I assumed you were asleep.
I don't sleep much. But that doesn't stop me from enjoying the company of a comfortable bed when I spot one.
After that fight at the Quentin Carnival, I suppose we all could use a lengthy rest.
I can't get too comfortable. Not so long as Sabretooth's still out there.
He is your quarry, I take it?
I guess you could say that. We have a history. None of it nice. Though he's definitely changed. His nasty side got... well, nastier.
Lilith's evil is seductive. She can easily corrupt anyone.
Creed was always a homicidal monster. But now he's really taken things to the next level.
Does not look like you are planning to stay long. Some find our abbey to be a bit unnerving.
You guys took the places that have ripped my boots.
I feel compelled to warn you that we, the living, are not alone here at the abbey.
Wait, you telling me this place has got ghosts?
If that makes you uncomfortable.
Not at all. This ain't my first visit to Caretaker and Agatha's House of Oddities. We go way back. I see the way you're looking at me. Who's this mysterious guy hanging out in my place all of a sudden?
Perhaps.
Tell you what, I've got a little break between people trying to kill me, so let's have a little chat.
Did I hear you correctly? You know Caretaker?
She's an interesting lady. First met her when I was a lot less grizzled.
I would like to hear this story.
It's not exactly a funny story, and I don't want to embarrass the old lady. Maybe I'll tell you some other time.
How long have you known Sabretooth? Seems like you two have a history.
His real name's Victor Creed, and you're right. We've got bad blood going back a long time. Believe it or not, we used to be teammates and pals. Kinda.
They say familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah, well, they get things dead on sometimes. Didn't take me long to notice he wasn't exactly playing with a full deck. Creed and I have long since chosen to follow different paths. Yet somehow we keep ending up at the same friggin' destination.
What do you know about this Johnny Blaze?
He's a flaming jackass. Used to be known as the Spirit of Vengeance, until even his attitude got too bad for that job. Seems like he's really committed to the carny life now. Must be the funnel cakes and fried candy bars.
Do you think a man like that is up to the challenge before him? Guarding the Parchment of Power is not a task taken lightly.
Yeah, we faced some vile customers together. He may not have the flaming skull thing anymore, but he's got guts where it counts.
You seem like a nomad, but surely you have a place you call home.
I guess you could say Xavier's place has been the closest thing to a real home I've ever had.
Who?
Oh, Professor Charles Xavier. He's got a swanky place outside of New York City. A private school. Lots of space and plenty of interesting folk. It's a lot like your Abbey here, except Charles has a baseball field.
Baseball?
Yeah, if you got interest, I'd be happy to explain all the rules sometime.
You seem to know everyone. I assume you know the Midnight Suns as well.
I know some of these kids. Didn't know they got themselves a band name.
Who do you know?
Magic, for instance. She's the kid sister of a buddy of mine, Pyotr Rasputin. I call him Colossus.
Interesting. You and she have similar attitudes.
Maybe because we have similar backgrounds. I grew up in Canada, surrounded by wolves. And she grew up in Limbo, surrounded by demons.
Which place is worse, Canada or Limbo?
Oh, Limbo. They don't have hockey.
I have taken up enough of your time. I should...
It's been a pleasure. If you have more questions, you know where to find me.
Hunter, you there? I'm in the library. It's super important.
Ah,
you
vieni
get
acolo,
here
bine,
ASAP.
bine. Mamă, toată lumea mă caută.
I can hear you standing there, Hunter.
Hai bakayım buraya, nasıl?
I'm glad you're fitting in. We've heard so many stories about you that we
Mamă,
didn't
ce
really know what
tincăriți.
to expect.
Mai, oleu.
What did you hear?
That you were a godlike hero walking the earth, single-handedly holding back the forces of evil.
Hătăpăciarii.
I was more like a demigod. My only real flaw was mortality.
And to think, I worried it might go to your head. Speaking of which, I'm surprised you and Caretaker keep butting heads. She always spoke of you so fondly.
Without Agatha, it is difficult for both of us.
I know what you mean. Agatha always knew how to smooth Caretaker's rough edges. The Midnight Suns have all dealt with Caretaker when she's prickly. If you ever need a vent, we get it.
Thanks, Nico.
Of course, what are friends for? I won't forget it.
Ei,
It's super easy to hang out with you, Hunter.
hai să o complimentăm.
Thus ends my third failed attempt at reading Crime and Punishment.
What are you reading, Nico?
A limited edition print of the Book of Thoth.
The Book of Thoth? Where did you find a book of such rarity?
I didn't. Someone just left it out. Weird, too, because I was looking for a book on chaos magic so I could understand Wanda's grimoire a little better. I didn't think I was gonna find any, since Caretaker probably hid or burned every single text on the topic. But, poof, here this was, waiting for me.
Film, music, literature. Your pursuit of culture and knowledge is commendable. Not even Caretaker has made as good a use out of this library as you have.
Well, she doesn't exactly have a healthy relationship with knowledge, as she thinks it's the source of all evil.
Like the serpent in the garden.
Right. If only she knew books don't bite. Well, not all of them. I have it on pretty good authority. The Sumerian Book of the Dead will take a chunk out of you if you try to earmark one of its pages.
Find anything helpful in it?
I did. There's a historical account of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh who was struck by a dark madness after reading a page from an old book called The Scrolls of Chthon.
Wait, that is another name for the...
Darkhold, I know. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the first case of corruption in recorded history.
It is certainly possible.
From reading the story, I think so. So the legend goes that nothing could cure the pharaoh until this traveling light worker came along, laid his hands upon the pharaoh, and recited an incantation. The pharaoh came back to his senses and returned to his good old classical Egyptian disbody self.
This light worker sounds like a courageous soul. I hope he was honored.
He didn't live to be. So like, when the light worker recited the incantation, he absorbed all the pharaoh's corruption into his own body and, died.
He did not survive?
No. But the lines of the incantation he used are scattered throughout this book. I'm gonna have Magic help me transcribe them and see if we can use them to cure Wanda.
Let me get this straight. You and Magic plan on piecing together a 100,000-year-old incantation that worked once and killed the person who said it?
Yes?
Nico, that sounds too dangerous, even for you.
I have to try something!
Caretaker will not be pleased if she hears about this.
Caretaker can deal. Well, I'm gonna find Magic, see if we can make a dent in this transcription. I'll give you a shout when we do. Until then, not a word about this to anyone.
Da. Are ceva să ne zică gata mai întâi?
Glad to see Nico found the book I
Nu,
left
n-are
out
ce
for
să
her
ne zică
useful.
bun.
Took me a while to dig
Hai
back.
să ne facem repede.
Blaze has the
Stai.
parchment. We must find him again.
Ai mai întâi jos.
Johnny Blaze in possession of the parchment of power worries me.
O să închid episodul aici. Eu cu Johnny pe ăsta. Trebuie să vorbesc cu băieții. Dacă v-a plăcut acest episod, lăsați butonul de like și subscribe și ne auzim data viitoare!